Okay, let's play The Moon That Fell for the Star again. Last time, we got the roommate and well, she has like some interesting star issues. Hello. Let's play right away. Let me see. Okay. Oh, my voice is rusty from the start, but surely it will get better in a bit. Okay. When I arrive home, the sun has already peeped out and begins warming up the cold morning air. I wonder if I should move a little bit, or maybe it's fine. The text box isn't that big in this game. Throughout my whole shift, Hokuto was constantly on my mind and my brain was still processing everything from earlier that night. Oh, let me get my gamepad so it is easier to advance the game. Now that I think about it, I don't even know how long she'll be staying here for. But surely she has to solve the cancellation issue. 1 more week, 1 more month, 1 more year. Well, that's a long cancel, I guess, if it's 1 year. I guess it can't be lifetime depending on circumstance, but well, she's innocent from what we understand. The thought of having a roommate after living alone for so long makes me regret my offer to extend her stay, even though I know that she needs it right now. Well, at least she doesn't seem to be a bad roommate so far. She's not like as annoying as the game page promised. I facepalm myself, still unable to believe that Hokuto's an idol, and a cancelled one at that. The whole fiasco from last night is starting to take a toll on me. I let out a big sigh, opening the door to my little humble abode. When I thought I'd be greeted by dread, I'm instead greeted by a cheerful Hokuto. Okari Minami-chan. Why is she so happy? Like last time she was crying and stuff. She runs up to me holding a wet rag and looks at me with the starry eyes. Why are you awake at 6 AM? Why not? That's like how early morning birds wake, right? I'm honestly on the night shift mode right now. Woke up 2 hours ago or something. But that's how it is sometimes. I slept early last night, so I just naturally woke up early. And since I had nothing to do, I started cleaning the place. A small sigh escapes from me as I brush past her toward the bathroom for a shower. Okay, it is the opposite of the maid game. The main character is not the maid and the other character is. You don't have to do any cleaning or cooking. I told you that. It's the least I can do for letting me stay here. Well, if that makes you more at ease, then by all means, I guess. I take a quick shower and head to bed while Hokuto continues cleaning, with me requesting for her to keep the blinds closed so I can sleep. I watch her before heading up to my loft to pass out. Yeah, this kinda reminds me of the like real life circumstances sometimes when I'm in the like vampire mode and my girlfriend is a normal person. She's a little clumsy, but she's devout, and at the very least seems to be in high spirits in spite of yesterday's breakdown. Could it be one of her defense mechanisms of putting on a strong front? I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Not many people can go from an emotional breakdown to bright and cheery the next day. Well, as long as she is feeling better. I leave her to it and try to focus on sleeping. Just as I'm about to fall asleep, probably from the fatigue of the workday and the trauma dump, a loud clatter jolts me up and I check up on Hokuto. Are you okay? Her head tilts up to meet my eyes, and she's hugging the remote control that I'm assuming she knocked over just now while cleaning. I'm fine, don't worry about me. You can't just say that and not expect me to worry. I'm fine, just go back to sleep. Raise my eyebrow at her, clearly doubting her ability to be fine. She shoos me away, feeds her hand, and resumes her cleaning. I do as she instructs and plop my back onto my bed. But instead of feeling sleepy, the adrenaline from the loud noise just now has brought me back to life, ceasing my sleepiness. Great. How is this clumsy bum that same idol I saw on Twitter? They are like two different entities. A more mature and alluring image flashes across my mind, and I begin to second guess if I saw correctly. Is she the same on stage too? My curiosity gets the better of me, so I grab a hold of my phone and begin doing some research. Constellations Polaris. As expected, the first links shown after hitting enter were all pertaining to the scandal and the recent news on gossip sites and forums. I don't know, like it's kinda sketchy to look up information on somebody who's in the same building on the net. I skip down to the non-gossip related sites and find a site that covers idol group profiles. Constellation member profile updated. The page starts off with a photo of the group together, and I immediately spot Hakuto in the center with a stronger makeup look, a look I'm not so used to. All her other bandmates have a similar look, dressed in fashionable clothing that's much more revealing than your average cute Japanese idol group. I scroll down and see Hakuto first on the list. Polaris leader, main vocalist. Yeah, it is very like idol-like. Well, main vocalist. That explains a whole lot as to how she can sing so well. The clues were there the entire time and I didn't even notice. I could, like she was said herself that she is the leader, like usually I guess a vocalist is the leader. Although at least like the public face or something. Although I know like nothing about music. But that's like the image I have. Born in Kanagawa. Birthday July 30. Speaking of, that's coming up soon, isn't it? Today's already July 15th. Her favorite foods are tuna onigiri, chocolate cake, and grilled meat. Yeah, like, I don't know, it sounds kinda plain, but I'm not like it's fine, I guess. But like it is basically the same as like giving like onigiri is basically like the same as giving sandwich as favorite food. But I guess like it kind of makes sense though, like sandwiches, well, they are easy and you can make them good. So I can see that, I guess. Anyway, I chuckle a little seeing tuna onigiri on the list, remembering how she'd keep buying it the few nights she was here. You know, good for her that at least like it has something she can buy. Chocolate cake though, huh? Well, that I understand. I do like chocolate myself too. Maybe I can get her something small from the store. I know we have some chocolate cakes in the dessert sections. Yeah, I guess like she could have bought those, but then, like if she's on the run and like the paparazzis catch her, then like running with a chocolate cake is harder than with onigiri. I take a mental note and continue reading. The rest of the items on the list even go so far as the revealing that she has an older sister, her role models, their favorite shows, and when she started singing. Yeah, probably like this is like internet people like analyzing like every word she has ever said and like finding clues from them. That's how it goes, I guess. That's how it goes, like Silk Song or something. Like they put like a picture of chocolate cake as the photo, and then like people are like, oh, this means something for sure. How do they even get this information? The curiosity in me develops deeper and I open up vtuber to search for the group's music. I don't listen to pop or mainstream stuff much at all, but I really want to see Hokuto in the limelight performing. The YouTube channel has 640,000 subscribers and features MVs, vlogs, and behind the scenes videos. I tap on the very first music video, and due to my carelessness, I don't lower the volume fast enough. The first notes on the song play out loud, resonating easily through the tiny apartment. Yeah, well, that's what you get for like searching. In mere seconds, Hakuto comes storming up to the loft and jumps me in my bed. Mama. Are you watching my stuff? No. Well, yes though, you are. You think I can't recognize the start of my own song? She swipes at my phone and I dodge her grasp, saving my phone from being stolen. She tries again, but to no avail. I hide it deep under my blanket where she can't reach. Don't watch my stuff. Why not? It's kinda awkward for starters. It's weird. What do you mean it's weird? She sits up and pouts. further showing her disapproval. It's embarrassing. Like it's like low-key stalking, like that's why it's weird. It's your job. Shouldn't you have gotten used to it by now? I pull out my phone and resume watching the video that now shows the group in flashy clothing and dancing to the song. Minami-chan! She attempts to steal my phone again, but she fails once more. I look at her, and back at the phone, and back at her again, comparing Polaris to Hokuto. The charming and enchanting persona in the video contrasts heavily against the pouting baby sitting on top of me. The Hokuto on screen is like someone completely different. From a whole nother world. My eyes are drawn to the music video again. Every single one of the girls are incredibly attractive, especially in their slightly revealing clothing. However, my gaze somehow always ends up on Hokuto. Maybe it's because I'm trying to seek her out in the video. You are so different from the person in the music video. Are you sure this is you? It's the group's concept. I have no say in it. Do people know this immature side of yours? I try not to show it. But if you watch the vlogs, you can see a little bit of it. Oh, good idea. I should watch those too. Yeah. Wait, no. I laugh at her reaction as she protests by hitting and pulling on me, which reminds me that she's literally straddling me right now, making me flustered. Can you get off me? Hokuto crosses her arm with an unamused face. I'll get off if you stop watching. No amount of research is worth this embarrassing position. Does she not even notice? With perfect timing, the music stops and I lock my phone and put it out of sight. There, now get off me. Hokuto's frown slowly turns into a devilish smirk as she's caught onto my qualm. Instead of getting off me like I requested, she gets even closer and closes in on me, trapping me under her ample chest. Haha, looks like someone's not used to a little skinship. Her face, now mere inches away from me, resembles the seductive look she had in the music video, driving home that Polaris and Hokuto might not be the same persona, but they are indeed the same person. I'm stunned for a moment, but snap back to reality and push her face away from me. Shut up, get off. Hokuto only laughs at the entertainment, but she eventually rolls off me and onto the floor next to me, next to the mattress, cackling loudly. I try to collect myself and kick her out back downstairs so I can get a good 6 hours of sleep. In the end, she leaves me alone and heads back down to resume her cleaning. This girl, seriously, it's kinda your fault though. I grab my phone again and unlock it, seeing the suggested video now that the music video is over. It's of another song from the group, and I lower the volume to mute it, hoping Hokuto doesn't have spidey senses to pick up that I'm secretly watching her group's content. The next music video has a more futuristic visual compared to the last. Just like before, the girls are dressed in flashy, fashionable outfits. The dancing is perfectly synchronized, and they all look stunning in every frame. Spot Hakuda and notice she has black hair with a streak of blonde, posing maturely and confidently for the non-dancing portion of the music video. Her bewitching stare as she looks into the camera while singing causes my heart to skip a beat. She's so beautiful. Not saying that the others aren't, but Hakuto definitely has more of the power that draws you in my opinion. When the short music video ends, I head to the group's page and try to check out the vlogs. Oh, by the way, I can also, not that the number matters, but I'll hide it. I just forgot. The number, how far we are into the game. Yeah. The video starts with one of the other members. I start to dive into the video before Hakuto yells from below. I know you're still watching, turn it off. Yeah. So she does have spidey senses. I sigh and comply, turning off the anticipated vlog and putting my phone away as instructed. I should be sleeping anyway. I'll continue watching when I'm not around her. It's been another week of living with Hakuto, and honestly, it's not too bad. Aside from the lack of personal space, she's awfully touchy, and she's come to learn that it's my weakness. I can't count how many times she's threatened me with skinship to achieve something. Her free time is usually spent playing the guitar, mooching off my Netfilm account or cleaning. I can't imagine being cooped up in a room for days on end. With the inability to go outside, she's probably vitamin D deficient at this point. I'm surprised she hasn't gone haywire yet. Which I guess is a good thing. I wouldn't know how to deal with that in the least. I take a look at her from the kitchen as I wash the dishes, and she is strumming on the guitar playing another tune I'm unfamiliar with. Her butterscotch colored hair and slim back faces me, oblivious of me observing her. I'm now used to the periodic background music from her playing the guitar. It makes the day go by more enjoyably. It's a little less lonely. Watching her play brings me a sort of joy. She just looks so happy playing it and singing. Truly an idol, true and true, with an affinity for music. I have always thought of pop group idols as nothing more than visuals with lackluster vocals, so I never cared much for them, but Hakuto proves me wrong. Well, Japanese music, the vocals are at least really well done. A lot of these songs are really difficult to sing in practice. I wouldn't blame the vocals for anything. You can have the visuals and the voice, the music comes to an end, and I return to my dishes, not realizing that in the time I was watching her, the continuous splashing of the water had completely wet my shirt. Hell. I quickly finished cleaning the remaining dishes and joined her on the sofa bed. As I sit down next to her on the cramped couch, she strikes up a touchy topic. Say, do you think I'll ever get to perform on stage again? Hug the clutches onto the guitar tightly and keeps her eyes on the floor. Such a heavy question suddenly dumped on me leaves me stumped. So all I can say are some surface-level comforting words. I'm sure you will. What if I can't? What was all the work I have put in for then? My heart feels heavy, feeling the anxiety is emanating. Everything that she's worked towards just crumbling down with the snap of a finger. The silence in the room is deafening, but neither of us say anything to counter it. I stay silent in case I say something that might make the situation worse. I miss it so much. Hugh's voice is barely a whisper, but it rings heavy with emotion. There's no way of knowing exactly what she's going through, but I try my best to cheer her up in my own way. I was about to pat her on the back, but a better idea pops into my head. Wait, I know a stage you can sing on. She looks at me with furrowed brows and a cocked head, confused. That is, if you're willing to step out. What are you trying to get at? This might be a gamble, but I think it will be worth it. I'll bring you somewhere. Her face is filled with hesitation. She hasn't stepped foot outside in the past 2 weeks. It could be a huge risk after all. But it's the only thing I can think of to alleviate her worries and give her a stage to stand on, albeit temporarily. Her lack of answer is pretty telling about how she feels about going out in public. Maybe I was too ambitious. Or maybe not, I guess it's... No, I'll go. I look at her for confirmation, as I thought she'd be too afraid. Are you sure? You don't have to force yourself. I want to go. The determination from her lights up a smile on my face. I'm sure it will be good for her. Alright, then let's get you a disguise. But I already have one. There was something less obvious. The way you dressed before made you painfully stand out. I toss her some of my clothing and accessories, giving her an outfit that has more of a summer vibe than winter, but still something that would make her blend in with the crowd. I get trying to cover as much of yourself as possible, but people are bound to be looking at you with your previous getup. Okay. But seriously, where are we going? I flash her a toothy grin, confident that she'll love it. You'll see. We step out of the cab and the bright lights blind up us in the dark night. She looks at me completely not expecting me to take her here. All I do is give her a smirk and drag her inside. In hurried steps we head inside the karaoke joint, and I quickly get a room for us before we stay in one spot for too long. Enjoy your time here. The hallway to our room makes the place look empty, but the boisterous sounds coming from the rooms around us prove otherwise. People are busy loudly belting either party songs or ballads, slowly building the karaoke hype in me and hopefully Hokuto. When we arrive at our room, Hokuto hastily removes her disguise and stares at me in disbelief. The room is dark with neon and strobe lights flashing everywhere, creating a party atmosphere. Karaoke was the last place I thought you'd take me to. I thought it would be somewhere with less people, like a night stroll at the beach, where we'd scream at the deep ocean about our frustrations or something. You're crazy. Oh, this was also in the other game, right? I'm pretty sure it was. Probably the main game. Yeah. Screaming at the ocean. What a specific example. I wonder what movie or game she got that idea from. Yeah, I wonder. We can leave if you want. No, that wasn't what I meant. I crack a smile. No singer could resist the karaoke bar. Without even instructing her, she grabs the controller and starts searching for songs. I may have been confident that she'd like this place, but I was still a little worried that there was a chance it could have been a blunder. Now I just have to worry about not cracking when singing in front of Hokuto. The first song she picks is an energetic one, and she gets really into it. Could she secretly be a party animal? I don't recognize the song, but I pick up the tambourine and hype her up alongside the fast-paced music. She looked happy playing the guitar at home, but she looks like the life in her has finally returned to her soulless body. It relieves me knowing that she is able to finally enjoy herself a little bit after being cooped up for so long. As the song nears its end, she's reaching for the controller and starts inputting a ton more songs. What songs do you want? I'll help you put them in. Oh no, it's okay, I'm not singing. What do you mean you're not singing? You can't come here and not sing. I brought you here for your sake, so just sing your heart out. That's no fun, you need to sing with me. Come on, what do you want to sing? Put something in. I thought I could avoid embarrassing myself by not singing, but she doesn't seem to be taking no for an answer. I meekly take the controller from her as she starts her next song and look through the song selection. Most of the songs I listen to are way too obscure and indie to even be on here, or way too hard to sing, so I usually opt for the oldies that I have listened to growing up with my parents. I input a couple of songs and nervously await my turn, stressed as I'll be singing in front of someone that can sing really well. Dear God, please help me. Hokuto, on the other hand, is having the time of her life, and it looks like she has an even better time when it's finally my turn to sing. Minami, Minami, Minami. Having my own cheerleader makes me even more anxious, but I try to pretend she's not here. though it's hard to pretend she's not here when she's constantly cheering me on. I definitely cracked her or sung off key for the first song, but I soon get accustomed to singing in front of her and start having fun alongside Hokuto. Once I relax, so do my vocal cords, allowing me to sing with my full potential. Ooh, go Minami-chan. Hokuto applauds loudly and looks at me with an awestruck face. Oh my god, Minami-chan, you're such a good singer. No, I'm nothing compared to you. Nonsense, you're really good. I can feel my face heating up from the genuine compliment. I'm thankful that the dark room can hide it. You totally have what it takes to be a singer. Have you even thought about it? I think like what it takes to be a singer is just like a ton of practice. And like somebody who actually knows how to sing and teach you. Like it's a skill that is really hard to learn by yourself, sadly. Her saying that reminds me of when Sora told me I could be an idol, and I love picturing myself as an idol similar to Hokuto. Hell no. I think if you at least upload covers on YouTube, you'd probably get a lot of views, I'm sure. I'm perfectly fine being a non-celebrity. You should try, I'm serious. Oh, it's my song next. The next song that plays has the slower vibe, a popular ballad that even I know due to its sheer popularity back in the day. Up until now, her songs were all fast songs, so I was a little surprised to hear this play. This melancholic melody transports me back to my older days, my younger days, when this song was playing everywhere. I watch Hokuto intently right as she begins the first note, and I instantly become mesmerized. She was pretty good singing the previous songs, but her true talent shines here, where she's not fooling around and the music doesn't overshadow her angelic voice. I'm brought back to that day when I heard her sing from outside my apartment door. Hokuto's voice is full and unwavering, filled with emotions, as if she is going through the exact feelings of the original singer. Let's check how far we are into the game. Oh, making pretty fast progress. I think I have been like low-key been speed reading somehow. The lyrics are bittersweet, talking about remembering a first love. The way she sings it with so many emotions makes it seem like she's singing it from the heart, recalling a past of hers. She sings each note perfectly, adding a bit of her own style to it. Attention is fully on her, basking in her live performance and captivating vocals. She's not wearing anything flashy, nor is she on the big stage like the performances I have seen on hers on YouTube. But this karaoke performance holds just as much power, if not more. She's really good. There's not a moment I miss, and it would be a lie if I said I didn't fall in love with her then and there. I don't even notice it, but the song ends and she waves in front of me, snapping me out of my hypnosis. Minami-chan. Dang, was a ballad song so boring for you that you just ended up spacing out? No, sorry. I didn't mean to space out, I was just... You're really good. Like, really good. You were able to bring out such raw emotions as if you were experiencing the lyrics. It was so different from the stuff I have seen you do. Haha, stop it, you're making me blush. I just love singing love songs, that's all. It's my favorite type of song to sing. Slow love songs and ballads really put your vocals to the test, you know. They are so fun. Kind of ironic that an idol who's not allowed to date loves singing about love. That's also exactly why I love them so much. But like, one thing I was thinking was that like if you're like gay then like you probably, well, though it's kind of ironic if she is and like she gets cancelled for people misdating her dating somebody, but like, well, you can probably get away with dating if you're gay because nobody will suspect anything. That's how it usually goes. Like everybody is like, idols are so pure and stuff, so surely she wouldn't do anything like that. I haven't been able to feel love for so long because I'm not supposed to. I don't even go to meet enough new people that aren't in the industry. And even if I did end up dating someone in the industry, we'd have to hide it like there's no tomorrow because both of our reputation would be at stake. I think I have given up on finding love. It's tough out here being an idol. We belong to our fans and all. I get it, but I want to experience love once too. But I don't get it, like it's really, really toxic. Like you don't like own like a person. Even if you're dating somebody, like you don't own like anybody. And like the other person is free to leave at any time if you're an ass, basically. Like that's how I see that list. When was the last time you dated someone, if ever? I have never dated anyone before. I could have, but I moved schools before I was able to muster the courage to confess, and I never got to in the end. Seems like she really sung that song from experience. Sorry to hear that. It's okay. That was many years ago. I got busy with idol training anyway. Speaking of, how would you get into the idol business? Imagine it's not easy. I have wanted to be an idol ever since I was a kid. She clasps her hands and stares into the distance with starry eyes. I distinctly remember seeing Koa on TV performing Listen to My Heart when I was 6 years old and I was blown out of my mind. She was so good, so pretty, and she was so good at dancing. Oh my god, and being able to sing like that while dancing. She was so cool. She was so different from the others. I aspired to be just like her. The stars are practically beaming from her eyes. I begged my parents to let me join a talent company and started professionally training to be an idol at the start of high school. Then, 3 years ago, I got scouted to join Constellation, and here I am. I didn't like to the school idol thingy at least. Well, probably isn't like real thing in practice, but well, Love Live is a good series. Well, realistic or not, I like it. My dreams have finally jump-started, but no. Hope gets snapped back into reality of her situation, and her face turns dismal. Dropping the mood, and I try not to let her sink. I put a hand on her shoulder and give her a reassuring smile. Hey, we are here to forget about it all and have fun tonight, aren't we? My hands quickly reach for the controller and search up an old song that was once very popular. The catchy intro begins and I turn to Hokuto, ready for her to put on yet another performance. Do you know this song? Her tense face relaxes and it chuckles, putting the mic up to her mouth. Oh, do I know this song? When the first words come up, we immediately sing the song together that has been ingrained in our brains since childhood. For the rest of the remaining time, we had a karaoke bar. The two of us sang our hearts out. It was great to see her let loose and have fun for a bit, even if it's just for those 2 hours. I know it probably wasn't anything much, but she seemed like she enjoyed it. Rest of her set list for the night was a mixed bag of ballads and hype songs. But no matter what songs she sang, she always gave it her all. She shone so brightly, so dazzlingly. If I wasn't a fan before, I could say that I am now. For the 2 hours we were there, it was like we left behind the rest of the world and it was just us two. It's been a while since I have had that much fun. And unfortunately, time flies by when you're having fun. The 2 hours were already up by the time we knew it. Hokuto places the mic on the table and slumps in her seat, exhausted. Oh man, that was a nice sing session. Hokuto looks at me with a huge toothy grin on her face and reaches out to my hand, causing me to flinch a little from the sudden touch. That was a blast, Minami-chan. We have got to come back again. Return her smile and reassure her request. Sure. Hokuto puts her hat and mask back on, and the two of us head back to reality. Yeah, like 300 lines or something. Then maybe a little longer just to be safe. Then we are like set for the like third and last session. After arriving home, the tiredness settles into both of us, so we crash onto the couch and just doze for a little while. Forget how much energy karaoke uses up. Hokuto leans her head on my shoulder and the back of our hands make contact from our proximity. Thanks for the little field trip. No problem, I hope you enjoyed it. Of course. I was skeptical at first, when you said you'd give me a stage to stand on, but it was a pretty good stage. As long as the pop star approves of it. It was nice to sing out loud like that. I hope I can do it again soon and... How the sentence stops midway and I feel a weight on my shoulder. I look down to see her passed out, using my shoulder as a pillow. Her head on my shoulder soon creates a warmth on that area, and I feel her slowly breathe in and out against my arm. I can see her long eyelashes against her fair skin, along with the rest of her pretty face. She's sleeping sound and calmly, unlike that one time where she slept with furrowed brows. Thinking back to that one night where she asked to sleep with me reminds me that it's already been 3 weeks since she started living here, yet it feels like it's been longer than that. Okay, they have been like, well, she has been on a run for pretty long. Maybe it's because I see her every day. I brush a stray hair out of her face, careful not to disturb her slumber. Sleeping is probably the only time where she can probably rest and not think about the whole disaster that's going on. Her peaceful sleeping face puts me at ease, hoping that I have helped somewhat. I'm glad she's feeling slightly better than before, even if it's just a little. My eyelids slowly drift closed from all the energy expended at karaoke. I forgot how tiring karaoke could be. I make use of her head as a pillow and lean lightly on it. I myself could use a little nap too. Like probably like a little uncomfortable to sleep, like if you're leaning on someone else's head. A week has flown by and I'm officially off graveyard duty. As happy as I am, my sleep schedule is now even more messed up as I try to sleep and wake up at normal times again. I sit down on the couch and unlock my phone to do some doom scrolling. I'm greeted by a big 2320 on the screen alongside Wednesday, July 29th. Well, next day is her birthday, right? My finger naturally presses on the Instagram icon and I mindlessly scroll down the barrage of photos. Most of them are scenic photos that the person I'm following has visited or pictures of food that they ate. I like a couple of my friends' photos and comment on some, and I get interrupted by the roommate. Magda kneels down next to the arm rest and rests her hand and head on it, looking up at me. I see her in the corner of my eye, but I continue looking at the phone. Why are you staring at me? Do you want to go out? I do a double take, forcing me to look at her with a bewildered expression. For what? I want to go out somewhere. Oh, that's what it is. I return my attention to my phone. You want to get caught? No, but... He comes around and plops down next to me on the tiny cramped couch, gently shaking my arm and pleading. I have been craving the outdoors since the karaoke outing. I can't stop thinking about it. I need to go out, please. Oh, by the way, like I like this face in this situation. You're free to go out, the door's right there. There's no way I can go out alone. Then I guess you're stuck here, huh? Come on, please, I'm dying, Minami-chan. I look at her and she stops whining, looking back at me with sparkling eyes. Fine, we can go to the park. The park. What am I, a kid? With the way you're acting right now, yeah. She sulks and sends a judging squint towards me. I get up and she releases her grasp on my arm. So do you want to go or not? Her eyes roll and she gets up as well, heading to the bathroom with the slumped body posture to change. Fine, let's go to the park. We both head off to change and get ready for the outing. Hokuto to the bedroom and I to the loft, despite it being almost midnight. Which, speaking of midnight, before I change out of my pajamas, I head to the fridge and pack a little something in my bag. When we reach the park, the first thing that Hakuto goes for is the slide. I, on the other hand, sit at nearby bench and watch her enjoy herself on the playground. She climbs up the little stairs and slides down the slide that barely seats her butt. Her giggles ring throughout the dark, empty park, where the only illumination comes from the rusty lamps surrounding the playground. Not a soul is around, aside from us, as everyone's probably at home tucked away in bed, preparing for tomorrow's day. Come join me. No, thank you. Nah. You're missing out on all the fun. It's okay, just watching you is entertaining enough. I guess that is my job after all. Hakuto continues going on all of the playground equipment, including the monkey bars that are way too low for her height. She surprisingly completes the circuit with her legs bent so as to not touch the floor. She takes a seat on the horse spring rider. It's kind of funny seeing her big adult body on the tiny toy meant for children. She laughs out loud while rocking back and forth on the small horse. I must be going insane for having this much fun just from a playground. Agreed. A faint light in the night sky catches my attention, and I point, directing her attention to it. Look, it's you. Her head follows my finger, and she laughs sarcastically at my observation. Haha, very funny. It's probably a satellite or something. It's hard to see stars in the city because of the light pollution. Then I'll know to look for you in the sky if I ever get lost. In the middle of nowhere, that's not the city. If you can't even identify the Big Dipper. Isn't it the brightest star in the sky or something? Isn't Venus or something the brightest, well, I guess it's not the star, so technically yes. The polarized or something. Hokuto stops as she gets off the little horse and sits next to me on the bench. That's a misconception. The brightest star is Sirius, not the North Star. Polaris isn't even in the Big Dipper, it's in the Little Dipper. Huh, you seem to know a lot. Then why is your state's name Polaris when you're the Big Dipper? Yeah, because I would totally want the state's name called Big Dipper. I chuckle at the thought of an idol with the name Big Dipper. which kinda sounds like a rap singer or something. Like it would work there, I guess. Like it's kinda like in like the GTA San Andreas vibes, like Big Smoke or something. Couldn't you have just used Hokuto? Yeah, at first my company wanted to use my name as my stage name because of how unique it is. But I stubbornly refused, and they came up with Polaris instead, the star you can use to find where the Big Dipper is. I see, that's cute. Still, I had never met Hokuto before, let alone a female Hokuto. What inspired your parents to name you Hokuto anyway? Like it is like a pretty like masculine sounding name, at least to me. There are female Hokutos out there. We are just rare or fictional. What an interesting name to choose for a girl. My parents wanted a boy, so they had that name lined up, but I turned out to be a girl. They ended up keeping the name, and I despised it as a kid. I always got made fun of or was mistaken as a guy. My parents tried to make me feel better by saying that I stand out, that I'm special, hence the special name. I obviously didn't buy any of that. Eventually, I ended up just accepting it and stopped caring about it. But people still raise an eyebrow whenever I tell them. Geez, why couldn't they just have named me something normal? Yeah, like, well, Sakura or something ending with ko. I would have been perfectly fine with Hana, Hinata, Hibiki, or even Haruka. But no, I get Hokuto instead. Oh yeah. Like, well, you can't change your name, I guess. Like, nothing stops you from doing that. No, like Hokuto is kinda like hard to twist into something like more like conventional. Like you could change the to ko to make it like Hokuko or something, but it's also kinda weird, but at least it would be like a more feminine name, I guess. Oh well. It's okay. At least you seem to be owning the name the older you get. I just grew accustomed to it. That's all. Yeah, I guess like there is also the fact that how... Yeah, like no idea like how hard it is. At least like if you totally like change your name, like... I don't know. But I guess like if you're up to like... up to changing your name, then you probably have like the resolution to just like do it. So maybe it's not that hard, I guess. Hard to say, really. It depends. But like people are fine with like Pikachu becoming like Raichu or something, and they don't have trouble remembering that, so why not? We continue quietly sitting next to each other as we both end up doing our own stargazing, or rather satellite gazing. It's sometimes nice to just sit in comfortable silence. It soon gets interrupted when an alarm on my phone goes off, starting both Hokuto and I quickly turn it off. A phone call, no, an alarm. She gives me a quizzical look. For what? For... Instead of telling her, I decided to show her instead. Actually, close your eyes. Her quizzical look intensifies. Just do it. With some hesitancy, Hokuto complies, closing and covering her eyes with her hand. I turn to my bag and pull out the thing I brought with me, making sure to be quiet as I take the cover off. I double check to see if she's still hiding her vision. I start preparing the final touch to the surprise. Maybe like a date in a park is like a pretty stable thing. Because like the Japanese visual novel I was playing also had like pretty much the exact same situation. Although it wasn't cake or a present at all really, but kinda the same vibes. As long as like no creepy guys will appear, though it is a possibility like paparazzis or something. With a click, the flame on the candle lit, while the lighter joins the playground lamps, lighting Hokuto's face even more. The smell of the candle flame wafts through my nose, and I'm sure it's already traveled to Hokuto's nose as well, potentially ruining the surprise, but her eyes are still kept shut. I then prepare my solo performance. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, to Hokuto. Happy birthday to you. Hokuto's eyes open wide upon hearing the song as she takes in the scene. This isn't a fancy cake or anything, but happy birthday. How are they going to eat? Like, I hope they have like spoons or forks or something. Oh well, surely it will be fine. She brings her hands to her mouth in astonishment and looks at me with brightly lit blue eyes, illuminated by the candlelight. When she drops her hand, her mouth gapes at the tiny chocolate cake I brought from my workplace, surprised to no end. Well then, like the ochi is that, like the birthday isn't her real birthday, I guess. Like, could be an idol thing for sure, that like not using the real birthday. Oh my god, Minai-chan. And like, especially like, I don't know which month, I remember which month this was, but like if it's like the last day of the month, it kinda sounds like a possibility, like it's kinda like a placeholder, like it's somewhere during the month but not the same day or something. I could definitely see that being a thing. Makes it like easier to hide your identity. Go on, make a wish. Do you make a wish while like eating cake? Her eyes meet for a moment before she looks down at the candle and shuts her eyes, clasping her hands together as she makes a wish. After a moment, she blows the candle out, and the darkness engulfs us again. I dig through my tote bag for the fork I brought, but then I hear Hokuto's wavering whimpers. Through the darkness, I see her starting to tear up. The surprise was supposed to make you happy, not sad. I am happy. She wipes her tears of happiness with her wrist. What with all that's happening right now, I thought this year's birthday would be a miserable and lonely one. Then you better be lucky that I did my research on you. If I didn't, I probably would have forgotten from that first time you told me. I even got you a chocolate one. Apparently one of your favorite foods. Yeah, well, at least we're lucky that there was a cake on there. Otherwise she would have just had to give her onigiri. Stalker. Yeah, that's what I said when she was doing it too. Hey, do you want the cake or not? If you don't want it, you can just say the word, I'll eat it myself. I pulled the cake away from her and sealed it with my body. She loves her cute love and latches onto my arm, pulling the cake back towards her. I'm joking. Of course I want the cake. I dropped the act and loved together with her as I hand over a fork. The birthday girl digs in and savors the chocolate goodness as if it isn't just a convenience store-bought cake. Chocolate is truly the best flavor, and you can't tell me otherwise. Yeah, I won't. It is. It is a great flavor for sure. Wasn't good in a salad though. Like, it was edible still, but it was kinda weird. Agreed. Just then, she brings a piece of the cake towards me. Do you want to try some? No, I'm good, thanks. Come on, you deserve at least some of it for planning this whole surprise out. Say, was this what was in that mysterious brown paper bag in the fridge with the "Do Not Touch" label on it? I rubbed the back of my neck, thinking about how corny the cake hiding scene was. Yeah. Haha, you're so funny. I guess it worked. I didn't peep at it and ruin my surprise. Now, hurry. Say, As embarrassed as I am, I reluctantly follow her command and take a bite of the chocolate cake. The chocolate cake is nothing special compared to other higher-end patissiers or bakeries, but it's still pretty decent. And what matters is that she still liked it. I watch her happily eat in joy, which brings a smile to my face. She takes each bite with a smile, eating a little by little to savor the small cake. She shifts her attention to me, looking at her, and raises an eyebrow. For what? Stop watching me eat. Nothing. You just have a lot of chocolate around your mouth. None. Hakuto immediately covers her mouth and screams help with her eyes. Did you bring any napkins? I burst out laughing at her reaction. I didn't think she'd be so concerned, seeing how nonchalant she usually is. I'm joking, it's not that bad. Oh, except for the corner of your mouth there. I reach into my bag for my pack of tissues and wipe the corner of her mouth that was stained with a bit of chocolate. There, now you look perfect, like the idol you are. Thanks. Hakuto sighs away and continues eating her cake in silence, soon finishing it and leaving no crumbs behind. Thank you for the meal. She puts the container and fork on the bench and licks her lips, releasing the remaining taste of the cake. Her body leans back and her head tilts up, looking at the night sky again. Seriously though, thank you. I couldn't have asked for more for my birthday. She tilts her head toward me and shows me a kind and warm smile, grateful for my little surprise. Haha, I even got a little private performance from you. The blood rushes to my face as I think back to my singing of happy birthday. Out of habit, my hand drifts to the back of my neck again, rubbing it nervously. You already heard me at the karaoke. This isn't anything groundbreaking. It's different. I got an a cappella this time. Once again, she shows me her cheeky grin that you can't hate even if you wanted to. I rest my hand back on the bench and accidentally touch Pinky's with Hokuto, causing me to jolt away hastily and feel my face heat up some more. Well, don't expect another a cappella performance again. Does that mean I only get one once a year, and it's only the happy birthday song? Yes. Stingy. To change the topic, I unlock my phone and find that time has already sped by, being 12:40 a.m. already. I think it's about time to head back. Go and slide your last slide and swing your last swing. It's okay. I had my fair share of fun on the playground already. Are you sure? Last call. Yes, ma'am. We slowly make our way back to my apartment, giving her the last bit of freedom she has before she gets locked up indoors again for the foreseeable future. The path home is dark and quiet, lit only by the street lamps, as most houses already have their lights out for the night. Oh, need to hydrate. Something I tend to forget. Anyway, Huda slowly closes the gap between us and tucks my shirt. I look at her to see what she wants. Can I hold your hand as we walk? What? Why? I'm just a little afraid. Her eyes look around cautiously, as if someone or something will jump us at any moment. You were fine earlier, no. The house still had the lights on, and it was a little brighter. Now it's just dark and eerie. I hold out my hand hesitantly, but she effortlessly slips her hands into mine. With us now walking shoulder to shoulder and picking up our pace. It's a little unnatural to me, but I put up with it as it gives me a sense of security too. You sure love to invade people's personal space, don't you? At least this time it's for a good reason, no. True. Her hands are pleasantly warm, fitting perfectly into mine. I feel a slight rush of heat creep up my face, and suddenly become conscious of Hokuto. She clings onto my arm with her other hand, and I'm afraid my palms might start getting sweaty. I follow a nervous gulp as I think more and more about us holding hands and her close proximity. Her grip on my hand tightens, and I feel my heart skip another beat. Or probably a good line to say before, if somebody offers to hold your hand, is like, by the way, I'm gay, so if you're fine with that. As a little half joke. What's making me so nervous? I've held hands with friends platonically before, so why does this feel different? I try to steal a sideways glance at her, and I'm not sure if it's my imagination, but I feel like we briefly made eye contact before She shifted her gaze elsewhere. I pretended it didn't happen and continued taking my stride, eager to get back home. I pick up pace some more, in which Hokuto follows suit, and my place soon becomes visible in the dark. Our hands are still intertwined until the very step to the front door, when I let go to dig for my house keys. The handle feels cold to the touch after holding Hokuto's warm hand. I unlock the door and we step into the bright apartment. How far are we now? Okay, still more to go, but it's good. I head in first, followed by Hokuto. But as I take my shoes off, I remember I grabbed today's mail yet. Wait a second, let me go grab the... I spin around a little too fast, not realizing Hokuto was right behind me. I accidentally bump into her, trapping her between myself and the door. Oopsie daisy. Both of us freeze in shock from the sudden proximity, and neither of us make a move to part from each other. Our faces are mere inches apart, lips nearly touching each other. My eyes lock onto her lips to prevent them from making contact, but the more I stare, the more I want to close the gap. Much to my surprise, Hokuto doesn't push me away, frozen in shock herself. I look to her, trying to gauge her emotion, and her eyes slowly meet mine. Our eyes meet, but neither of us say a word out of shock. They look at me innocently, as if waiting for my next move. Those rosy lips of hers distract my eyes for a split second. But in that mere split second, the image of her lips are burned into my brain despite me looking up and meeting her flawless face again. Instead of our eyes meeting, I notice her eyes fixated on my lips. Her look is what seals the deal with the devil on my shoulder, and I go for it. With just a small movement, our lips brush against each other. It leaves me desperate for more, but it's as if that brief touch was electric. It created a spark and brought me back to my senses. Angel on my shoulder pulls me back, as if with gravitational force, and I crash into the wall behind me, knocking over the small figurine on the shoe drawer nearby. I cover my mouth with a hand in shock as I register the Pandora's box that nearly opened. Hokuto mirrors my wide-eyed expression as we both try to get a grasp of the situation. My eyes dart all over the place, trying to avoid eye contact with Hokuto as my mind and heart race in disarray. Sorry. Neither of us say a word, and I'm the first to break the tension and leave Hokuto at the entrance, eager to get out of the awkward situation that I created for myself. I would have run out the door if Hokuto wasn't blocking it, so instead I book it to my left and hope she doesn't follow me. What just came over me? Why did I do that? And why didn't she stop me? I scramble my head to try to sort out my thoughts. There are more important things to worry about now, such as how I'm going to face her tomorrow. How am I going to face her for the rest of the night? I have no choice but to hold myself up here and not go down until she falls asleep. Kinda like an awkward way to resolve the situation. I look across the loft, expecting to see her head pop up from the ladder, but I don't see nor hear anything, which is of course for the better. But I sort of want her to ask me questions so I can figure out the answer myself. But if she's not confronting it, I probably scared her off. Oh my god, I screwed up big time, didn't I? Regret everything and wish someone would conk my head and give me amnesia. My brain is in overdrive, and all I can think about is the image of Hakoda inches away from me, causing my heart to beat faster than ever. To combat that, I bury myself under my blanket, turn off the little lamp on the floor next to me as I try to fall asleep, hoping it would erase the whole thing from both mine and Hakoda's memory. No, you can't escape the gate that easily. The next morning comes, despite me wishing it wouldn't. I wake up with my brain fried as it worked overtime thanks to last night. I still vividly remember Hakoda's face up close, and the shape of her lips, the sensation of them brushing against mine. And all of it just happened out of the blue. The image is imprinted into my head, even if I try to erase it. I facepalm myself and begin to wonder what I'm going to do with myself. It's going to be so awkward and weird once I step down there. What is he going to say? What am I going to say? Oh my god, I wish I could just take back last night. Well, like realistically speaking, I guess like you can go like, well, I'm sorry what happened last night like I should have like asked yourself first or something, but just like, well, yeah. It's probably going to be awkward regardless. Can we just pretend it didn't happen? That's probably like not the best way to handle it. It's just going to make it super awkward. Like then it will be like you and her and an elephant living in the room. My attention gets whetted when I finally notice the sweet smell coming from the kitchen downstairs. I'll have to face her anyway, so I might as well face her now, no matter how nerve-wracking it will be. It's inevitable. I can't just stay up here forever, as much as I would like to. I wearily make my way down and find her drizzling honey on some homemade French toast. She herself is also dressed, unlike her usual half-naked get-up at home. Is that like like a sign that like she kinda like, well, figured out something? She notices my footsteps and greets me with her usual self. Good morning, I tried making French toast. It's pretty simple since I had to make do with what we had, but it's something. Like there are probably like some like funny ways, like how you can like try to resolve this situation, like you make like French toast and then you like write like G and A and Y on them and put them on front of her or something. That would be funny, right? At least I would find it really funny. Or like maybe like give them like one by one, like first the G and then the A and then the Y. Go brush your teeth and get ready to dig in. I'm pretty proud of this, if I do say so myself. Freeze on the spot, taken aback by the normality of everything. I look at Hakuto and see her paying no attention to me as she focuses 100% on the plating of the French toast. Head to the washroom and get ready for today as she instructed, but still wary and trying to gauge the situation. Well, like surely it's not the case, but like though, like in some like fictional setup, like Hakuto could be like, oh, this is like a normal skinship in the idol industry or something. But surely not. Surely not. There doesn't seem to be an awkward vibe from what I can gather. She's being her normal self as if nothing happened last night. Was it all just a dream? Did it actually not happen at all? Well, if she's acting like nothing happened, I'll gladly follow suit. Well, I think it would be still better to address it though. Like, sorry about last night. That's what I wanted anyway, right? This makes things 10 times easier. She's also on the same page as me, wanting to pretend it never happened. I don't know, it sounds 10 times harder though than just saying like sorry. Perfect. I quickly brush my teeth with a lighter heart and start making my way back outside to the tiny dining table. Or like another like funny but like kinda risky way to like act in this situation would be like give her the breakfast and be like, there you go, wife. It's like pretty like difficult humor. The sweet smell of the fresh homemade French toast travels throughout the apartment, making the whole place smell like a desert cafe. I sit down and she brings my plate over, along with a fork and knife. You said it's nothing much earlier, but it still looks pretty delicious. I carve a piece out of the caramelized toast and take a bite. It's overly sweet for my breakfast preferences, but I can't bring myself to tell her that. It's pretty good. Yeah? He stares at me eating and I start getting uncomfortable, so I strike up some small talk to make things less awkward. Aren't you going to eat? Oh, I already did. Oh, what time did you wake up? About an hour ago, yeah, I know. Kinda suspicious. Maybe she didn't sleep at all or something. I got woken up by a phone call. I was suddenly told to attend a meeting by my manager. Oh, I see now, like she's leaving when like the main character gets feelings. That's new. I'll be leaving in about 10 minutes, so I'll be heading out first today. Is everything okay? I'm not sure. something to do with my scandal. Company and I have been going back and forth the past few weeks about it. It's been tiring. Had no clue that was happening at all. Yeah, I mainly had the video calls when you were out, so it is confidential matter after all. I never realized. I thought she was just fooling around at home the entire time. There were probably a lot of things she hadn't told me or couldn't tell me. Yeah, I don't know what the meeting is about. Most likely talking about the next steps or something. There might be a chance I'll be home late, so don't worry about making dinner for me. It feels a little weird. I've gotten so used to her living here that I forgot that she's not going to be here forever. The past month felt like so long, but it seems it's finally coming to an end. My appetite suddenly disappears thinking about it. Still, I continue cutting another piece of the toast and force myself to eat. This could very well be the last meal she'll ever cook for me. Might as well savor it. Hokuto's phone goes off and she tucks it into her pocket. My manager's here. Hokuto hastily gets up from her seat and makes her way to the door, but she trips on the dinner table leg, about to send herself to the floor. My reflexes act fast and catch her in time before she scratches that pretty face of hers. Are you okay? It isn't until her long hair falls against my arm that I realize our bodies are unknowingly melded together again, akin to last night. Hokuto looks up and makes eye contact with me for a quick moment before hurriedly separating herself from me. Hoku, I'll be taking my leave. She puts on her baseball cap, big sunglasses, and mask before stepping out the door, slamming the door before I can even reply to her. Have a safe trip. In a few moments, I hear the roar of a car drive off into the distance. I trudge back to the dinner table to finish my very sweet breakfast. The stillness of the apartment seems foreign, all of a sudden, despite me having lived with it for the past 3 years. I pick up my fork and knife, and only the sound of the cutlery scraping the plate and the periodically dripping faucet keeps me company. Was it always this quiet before Hokuto started living here? I have got to get used to this again. I try to clear my head and continue eating, but the plate of the French toast stares at me as I stare back at it, thinking about nothing but Hokuto. The lack of distractions in the apartment brings back the memories of last night and the awkward incident just now. With the way she pushed me away and ran out earlier, she definitely hates me after yesterday. I don't know though. I wouldn't say so. That was so awkward. The thought of what went down last night then rushes back tenfold and causes me to cringe at myself for even allowing that to happen. I tried to kiss her. Why in the world did I try to do that? Because it is nice, I guess. It is a nice feeling. That could have ruined everything, but I still took the risk to try. Why? Was it because he didn't push me away? Because he didn't freak out and snap me out of it? I touched my upper lip where I made brief contact with Hakuto's lip and tried to recall the emotions. It was both nerve-wracking yet exhilarating at the same time. What would happen if I actually fully went in and kissed her? It's probably better though, like if you are both on the same page for sure. So maybe she was, but who knows? Shots of feelings come up and my face starts to warm up, confirming my suspicions. I take a deep breath to cool myself down from the jumbling thoughts. There's no question about it. I can't deny it even if I wanted to. Over the course of the month, I have been seeing her every day, hanging out with her every day, greeting good morning, saying good night, coming home to her, dealing with her silly antics, hearing her sing, and everything in between. At first it was an annoyance, but the more time passed by, the more I had unknowingly been charmed, and I think I developed forbidden feelings for Hokuto. The realization is a blissful feeling, but it's also intertwined with anxiety, remembering just who I'm in love with. Hokuto. In other words, Polaris, an idol, who has a dating ban and should not be dating. My heart's like a roller coaster, dropping down after reaching the peak of the hill. Even if we were to date secretly, I don't think it would end well. Nothing good ever comes out of hiding a relationship. Heck, I don't even know if she's into me like that. She didn't push me away, but she could have been too shocked to do anything. Yeah, that's always the thing that is hard, makes it hard to tell. Makes it hard to tell, so better not act too hastily. A guy trying to kiss her would have seemed at first somewhat more expected, but a girl trying to kiss her, she was probably shocked to the core. That depends. That depends on what she likes. It can easily be the other way around too. Statistically speaking, she's probably right, but no. There is always a chance. She could very well be pretending that everything is fine today because she wants to forget it all. Yeah, she could be pretending, and now she's she has called her manager yeah, you know, the girl I have been living with, she's a little creepy, so maybe I'll move somewhere else. Shit, I want to forget it all too. I ruffle my hair in frustration and try thinking straight. I should just not say anything and pretend it didn't happen, just as he is seemingly trying to do. No, I disagree. It should be fine to continue ignoring it. I'm sure it's just a little crush because we have been living with her for the past month and some. Or I don't think you get this kind of little crushes if you're not into girls. The feelings will go away sooner or later if I do. That can't be true, right? I rush to finish the French toast to get the thoughts out of my mind and toss the plate into the sink to start getting ready for work. this might actually be a good spot to call it for today. It should be another like same length session more or less for the last one. It has been interesting. Like you can't like quite tell like what is going to happen next, and that is like interesting. Yeah. Why do like Team Anonymous games? The vibes are always good, and well, this kinda slice of life stories are my kind of thing too. So next week we'll finish this, I guess. Oh, let's save too. Can't forget that. Yeah, next week let's finish this and see what happens. We'll see like just run away. They'll never see each other. Although that will be like a little, like 1/3 of the story being her like being frustrated about that. Now that could be a thing too. Like I wouldn't mind it, but it sounds kinda unlikely. Surely something fun will happen. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching and everything. It was fun again. See you next week. Bye bye.